All right, so this is going to be an Aquarius season general reading. I'm going to start with Aquarius and move through zodiac signs in order. I'm going to start with Aquarius, and I'm actually going to end with Cancer because I'm not going to do all 12 of them right now. I don't have the time, unfortunately, but I'm going to finish tomorrow. So I'm going to do a part one and a part two, which is what I did last time, and it worked out pretty well. So we're gonna try that out again this time. Also, another thing that I wanted to do differently is that I'm gonna go through like these decks that I have here, but I'm just gonna basically like pull for each sign and like see what comes out. So I'm not gonna stick to a certain number sometimes. Like I know usually I pull three, but if only two come out or only one comes out, I'm gonna just go with that because I have oracle decks here today too, so it'll be a little bit different. Also, yeah, I don't know. So two of the decks will be used twice, I guess, because I have four decks here in front of me. Um, Let me grab my selenite ones. I don't know if y'all know what selenite is, but selenite is a crystal that is used for cleansing your other crystals. You can use it to charge your other crystals, like increase the impact of another crystal. You can use it for, like spiritual communication. You can use it to increase your intention. You can use it, you can use it a lot of different ways. But I like to keep my selenite near me when I'm like doing my readings. I feel like it helps sometimes. Like if I'm really particularly stuck in a reading, I might pick it up and I might just kind of like point at different things on the card and just kind of like break it down. I feel like it is almost like a little wand. Um, I also have oh, I also have some angel aura quartz here with me, and it's like I don't know. It's supposed to elevate your aura basically. So it's supposed to like up your vibe, for lack of a better word right now. And it's also just like it's kind of like rose quartz in a way where it's like it helps with your heart chakra and things of that nature. But it also just, I don't know, it's like a feel good crystal for me. It just, if I'm in a bad mood, it helps make me feel better. Or if I'm like, you know, I don't know, if I'm feeling like a little nervous or I want a little extra luck in a situation, I might keep it on me just to, make myself feel better. And then I have chrysocolla. And chrysocolla is like, um, it helps with depression. So that's why I got it. And I really like it because it has these little like I'll show both cameras, I guess. It has these little beads in there. And I think that that's really cool. Like I really actually am into geology. When I was younger, I used to have a very large, I won't say very large, let me not cap. But when I was younger, I had a rock collection and I would read geology books. I actually really liked geology. So, growing up and then everybody getting into crystals, it kind of was like, it kind of re-sparked my love for what I already loved. And so that's like really cool to me to kind of get back into that. And I still have my old collection, so combining my old collection with my new collection, it was really cool. And then seeing what crystals I was already attracted to, crystals, and I really just call them rocks, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. seeing more rocks that I was attracted to when I was younger and knowing what they mean now is crazy because it's like, wow, like I was really already doing this and not even knowing that I was doing this. Like I had the rose quartz on me, I had the clear quartz on me, I had, some amethyst, especially growing up in California because you're on a fault line. Geology is something that you learn about a little more intensely in school, I feel like. And so we kind of just had some there was always like a section in science learning about, the rocks, the rock formations, or, certain tourist places have different places where you can get little rock fragments and things like that. So all those were always available, they were always around. And so just kind of seeing how being attracted to something when I was younger, it's kind of still playing a role now. It's just kind of like things are coming full circle. And it's interesting because we are, okay, so we're currently in two retrogrades, right? Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde. Both of those are like a review. Um, So Mercury retrograde is like a review of how you communicate, your problems with communication, your problems when it comes to technology, your problems when it comes to your car, your problems when it comes to transportation in general. Sorry. Um, when it comes to technology, when it comes to things like that. So all of those things are emphasized. It's just a review of what you learned. Like people look at it like, oh no, it's gonna be super bad. And it's like it's really just all of what you just learned. So it's just are you applying it or not? Like it's as tough as you allow it to be. If you're really doing what you need to do, you'll be fine. Really. You might have a couple hiccups, yeah, but it's not going to be as bad as like if you just haven't been doing what you need to do. Then you have Venus in retrograde, and that's like Venus is like appearances, beauty, relationships. I said appearances and beauty, but beauty can be stuff that's not appearances. Beauty can be in a whole bunch of different forms. Y'all, it is so windy outside. Like, I think there's a storm coming in this weekend up north or something, but it's really windy right here. Okay. Um, but yeah, Venus is like appearances, beauty. Venus can be music, finances, your relationships with other people, whether that be romantic, platonic, um, business, family, So just kind of reviewing all of what you've been through in those situations rather than it being like a whole new problem thrown at you. So, yeah, that's the energy we're starting off. But now we're gonna get into the actual readings. So I'm gonna start with Aquarius, of course, and then we're just gonna move all the way till we get to Cancer. I'm gonna use the Moonology deck because I like this one. Okay. Okay. The first card out is your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. And then you have a time for healing, balsamic moon. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that one at the bottom of the deck. So okay, we have your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon, and then we have a time for healing, balsamic moon. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So first of all three of these cards are purple, and for me, like purple is crown chakra, and so your crown chakra is about like your faith, it's about your purpose, it's about service, it's about your connection with the divine. And so I feel like whatever you're going through is kind of like divinely orchestrated. It's a time that like you're really, although you might be tested, it's something that you need to go through. There's something that you need to see, there's something that you need to do, there's some where you need to be, because like there's something for you there, you know? And this first card, your commitment is being tested. Oftentimes, like this card is like a conflict that comes up that shows you what's really important to you. So like um something that comes up to show you like perspective. But then you have a time for healing here, balsamic moon, and this card is about how like rather than just taking what you learn and going immediately, taking time to recharge, take that in, meditate on that, and then act on it. Because if you take the time to recharge, you can go at it with 100%. And when you give 100%, you're going to get a lot out of it, especially with it being Aquarius season right now. Like, this is your time. And with all this purple, it's divinely guided. So you're supported in whatever it is that you're being guided to do. But if you take the time to rest on it first and get yourself to where you need to be when you go at it, you're going to get so much more than you would have got if you just went at it right away. Especially because, like, Aquarius is a fixed sign. So when y'all go in one direction, like, you're gone. So with that being said, like, if you're pushed in a good direction, that means you're going to be good for like a while, like because that isn't changing. But if you push yourself in a bad direction, you're going to be in a bad direction for a while. So, especially at the bottom of the deck, you have the energy is gaining momentum. So it's kind of like wherever you go, you're going to get the fullness of it. So if you go in the direction that, is authentic for you, the direction that like feels right to you, um the direction that, is fitting with your purpose, you're going to get a lot out of it. But if you know, shortchange yourself or, rush yourself, you're going to get exactly the result of that. That's what I'm getting from this. So, yeah, however that applies to you. But, yeah, just kind of like fully recharging because we are still in winter. And winter is about like rest and, like planning for the spring. The spring is the time to, plant seeds and start what you want to cultivate. But the winter is the time to, kind of like rest and reflect. And that's kind of hard because, especially nowadays, like we're always moving, we're always going. So, like, resting feels like you're not doing enough. Like, I know that's something I really struggle with is resting because it just feels like I'm not being productive. But being rested is productive because if you're not showing up and giving your full self, you're only getting half out of it. Like, y'all are the kind of sign where, like, you're going to get out of it what you're feeling. If y'all are good, if what you got going on is good, if you're stable, then everything around you is going to be stable because You're the fixed point. Everything is around you rather than you rotating around everything else. So it's like if you're good, everything else is good. So if you take the time to get you good, everything else will be good. But if you try and fix everything else rather than giving the energy to yourself, then it's like you're just kind of being pulled in every different direction. It's like if a mountain were to try and move to everything on it rather than everything on the mountain coming to the mountain. Like it would be chaos if a mountain just picked up and started moving all around. Like then there would be this big space and then everything on the mountain is moved. Like I feel like there's a better analogy for that, but I don't have it right now. But just know that y'all are the fixed points. So everything moves around y'all. If you're good, everything around you is good. If you're not good, everything around you might not be good. Hey. Oh my god, that's so funny. You're an Aquarius. I hope this is relatable. Okay. We're gonna move on to Pisces though. Anything else for Pisces? Okay. It's a little bit too much. I'm gonna take this one that's flipped over. Okay. So for these, we have building blocks and go the distance. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have yin in reverse. And so from this, I kind of just get that, like, some of you might be thinking of like giving up on something, and you shouldn't, but you should change your approach. Like, rather than giving up, just kind of like change your perspective because maybe you're supposed to be receiving something rather than doing something. For building blocks, you have strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. Then it says you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you built upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Okay. Then it says, as far as like relationships for that, because each of these oracles, they have like a normal message, a relationship message, and then like a prosperity message. So the relationship message says you're attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know each other. It says long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. Okay. Yeah. So basically, like, because it's just going to be that again for the prosperity message, but the prosperity version. But basically, like, this is building foundations, but it's building like steady foundations. So it's like doing things the way that might be like harder, but the way that is going to last, rather than like taking the easy road or rather than giving up. And so, you know, proud of y'all because Pisces is a sign of like self delusion. And so some of y'all don't know how to take accountability, but this is growth. This is growth right here. Um, and I can say that because my rising sign is a Pisces, so I'll be right there with y'all. I really do. Um, but yeah, so 47 is go the distance, and it says endurance, strength, long haul. And it says to bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So, literally, like, as you're laying down these foundations, because you're doing it like the harder way, the more solid way, the honest way, the right way, it might be harder. Like, this cheetah is in the freaking desert. Like, there's no water there. That means that, sometimes you may have had to go without. That means that sometimes you might have been tired. That means that sometimes you might have had to be like on your guard because in the wild, there's predators. Cheetahs still have to worry about predators. They are like, they're kind of the more vulnerable of the big cats. So it's like, still having to be like on your guard and all that stuff and like having gone through like a hard time. But do you see that there's that checker flag, like reaching a point where, you see your growth, reaching a point where you see your progress, reaching a point where you can be proud of yourself um, for what you built. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have yin in reverse. And yin is like the divine feminine energy. It's the receptive energy. Yeah, so literally in the essential meanings, it says the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. And for the reverse, what it says is, do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. I'm going to say that again. Do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you without demand or expectations. Without demand or expectations. Just receive the bounty that is yours. Wow. Wow. It's like as you're on this hard road, as you're doing all this stuff, and you're getting to a point where you might be tired. Like I said, that cheetah is in the desert. Who knows if it's had water? You're doing these building blocks, and it might be hard along the way, like doing it the right way. But when it gets hard, when you get tired, know that it's your time to receive. Be okay with receiving. Like, you could ask for someone to fill your cup, But when it comes time for someone to actually fill your cup, then it feels weird because it's like you're so used to being the one pouring. And it's like you have to allow yourself to, be poured into sometimes. You have to allow yourself to be happy and be doted on and, flexed on and all the other things. Um, we're gonna do Aries next. Then we have like 3 more and we're done. This is kind of a deck I just made. Like, I might turn it into like an actual deck someday. I think that would be cool. But for right now, it's just some index cards that I cut up and put together because, you could do that. Okay, I'm just going to take these. They came out. So, we have bad friends, financial issues, and addiction. So, Aries. Aries, y'all are cardinal signs. And cardinal signs, like, tend to attract other people. And so sometimes, like, because that is in your nature, you may feel like lonely or you may feel like you need to be around other people, but you don't. You actually really don't. And like, you'll actually be fine by yourself. Like, it might be uncomfortable. It may not be what you want, especially being fire signs. Like, I know we're real social and love to be around other people, but it's like, if they're not making you happy, what is the point? Like, there's no point. Especially with addiction here. For some of y'all, this is because like you're unhappy and you're using like bad coping mechanisms. An addiction doesn't have to be like drugs. Addiction can be like food. Addiction can be shopping. Addiction can be all kinds of things. Really, pick your poison. You could be addicted to like, I don't know, working out. You could be addicted to whatever. Like, people only call addictions bad when they start like showing up bad on you. But a lot of things can be an addiction. Um, Financial issues. The financial issues for some of you that's tied to the addiction. For some of you that's tied to the bad friends. Um, with the bad friends, for some of you, y'all have been trying to keep up with your friends all holiday season. Now it's a new year, and bills still gotta get paid, and now you're trying to catch up. For some of you, uh, the financial issues and the bad friends is just like situations where maybe like you or a friend owe each other money, and that's getting in the way of your friendship. Or like for some of you, um, it could be a situation with like a significant other owing you money, or you owing a significant other money. Um, because at the bottom of the deck you have foreplay. So I feel like for some of you, um, the bad friend may be like a third party with your significant other, and that the way you cope with that is by going back to your addiction. And I feel like it's real, like maybe Venus in retrograde is kind of like bringing that up for you, because Venus in retrograde kind of impacts finances, and maybe you going through this kind of time, you like having this revelation or you finding this out pushes you back to bad habits, and that kind of makes you realize what you're doing. Kind of makes you realize like you're not as far ahead as you may have thought you were. I don't know. I feel like you really have to take this how it resonates to you, because I just described a bunch of situations, but some of them could not even apply to y'all. Like, bad friends could just be bad friends. It could have nothing to do with these two other cards. But for some of you, all these are tied together. It's a general reading. So, you know, there's a whole lot of Aries in the world. I'm not sure. But we're going to move on to Taurus. I just hope that if y'all are in a space where y'all are surrounded by people who are really not your friend, let it go. Let it go. Or if y'all are in a space where, you you owe somebody something financially, pay it back. Because, especially with this retrograde energy, it's in your best interest to pay it back. If, you're dealing with like an addiction, take your time. Wean yourself off. Like, it's not easy. No matter what it is, it's never easy. So, take your time, one day at a time. Wean yourself off of whatever you need to wean yourself off of, and keep it pushing. You got this. Okay. So now we're going to move on to Taurus. It's the timing for me. I just finished Aries. Literally just finished. Now I'm on Taurus. Okay. All right. Taurus, please. Ooh, what? Okay. Good Lord. we got the devil, and then we got the Lovers in reverse. Taurus, what's going on? Let me see if this means. I feel like that. Okay. Queen of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Candles. For some of you, you don't know how to take rejection. And that's an issue. It's a very big issue. Like, Taurus is a fixed sign and they can like fly off the handles, but y'all gotta relax. Especially because with this Lovers here, this Queen of Needles, it looks like yeah, I don't know. It looks like somebody's telling you the truth. And it's like if you have this person telling you the truth rather than leading you on, you should kind of be happy about that. But I'm gonna read the what the Lovers is in this deck in reverse. Yep. Okay. So it says something's off. If you're feeling at odds with someone in your life, you have a choice to make. Do you want to put the time and effort into communicating and trying to rebuild your connection, or is it best to part ways? Reflect on this relationship and consider what you really want from it. So for some of you, especially because Venus is in retrograde right now, I feel like you're kind of um maybe like missing somebody and knowing that like this is not the right thing to do, especially with the devil card here because the devil talks about, like unhealthy attachments, unhealthy habits, things of that sort. So I feel like this is you detaching from your past. Um, you know, with this Queen of Needles upright, I feel like you're being honest about what you want. For some of you, this is someone, be honest with you about what they want. But yeah, this is you or someone else saying no. So that's interesting. Um, also, yeah. So the devil in this deck is Oogie Boogie, obviously, and it says if you're caught up in self-indulgence or vice, it's time to rein it in and regain control. Don't gamble with your health and happiness. Remember that instant gratification isn't satisfying in the long term. So come up with a lasting plan for success. Yeah. So this is like with this lovers in reverse and this devil here, this is giving very much no, thank you. I'm not trying to get back with you. That's what it's giving. With this Five of Candles, the Five of Candles can be about like, conflict. It can be about like too many voices, too many opinions around. And so, and you see, she's like choking him out, like in his little devil costume, choking him out. Um, yeah, and then underneath that, you have the King of Pentacles, which is like, uh, it's earth energy. So I feel like, yeah, and the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Needles don't match up. It's not a pair. Um, and then it's also interesting to me too, because you could even play it as like the devil being a male character here and having the Queen of Needles here, and that even still doesn't match up. And then the lovers is here in reverse. Um, and then with Jack being like dead, like I kind of feel like it's like death too in reverse. So I feel like this is just like somebody coming back around and you being like, nah, I'm good on it. Or like somebody coming back around and you being like, nah, I'm not trying to resurrect that. Like, no, thank you. So, I mean, I'm okay, period. Growth moving forward, whether it's you or the other person, we're always happy to see growth. But yeah, just let that go. Whatever toxic attachment. For some of you, it's like a relationship, like a significant other. For some of you, it's like a family member. For some of you, it's a friend. For some of you, it's a business partner. Take it how it resonates. But like whoever it is, you need to let them go. I would normally say whoever or whatever, but because of the lovers, it's your relationship with another person. And usually the lovers is about like a significant other, but because Venus is in retrograde, I would say like it could be your connection with anybody, but somebody who's close to you. So if it were a business partner, it's a business partner who's like a close friend too, you know. This isn't like somebody who you just casually know like a little bit. This is somebody you care about, you know. Okay. So now we're gonna do Gemini and then we're gonna do Cancer and then I'm out of here because I got to go get to a bag, you know. I've really been trying to like rest, y'all. Like, and I know y'all are probably like, she barely posts, but like I be doing other stuff. Like I have other projects in the works that I want to get done and I'm excited to do and share with you guys. So, once I really am where I need to be, I can really, you know, start showing that all to you guys, and I'm excited for that. So, I'm excited. Okay, Gemini. There you are. New moon in Gemini. Oh, there you are again. Full moon in Gemini. You got two full moons here, so I feel like this is intense energy. You got a little blue here, so I feel like there's some communication. I feel like Mercury retrograde has really been, showing you some things about the way that you communicate, and you're taking those things into mind, and you need to rest on those and meditate on those and put those seeds into action in the spring. Um, You have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. The answers that you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. You have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. And then you have be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. So with this be bold and make the first move, I feel like for some of you, this might be you coming out of one chapter and moving into another, and you're feeling a bit nervous because of how your last chapter left you. But I think that if you look at the bigger picture, you will see that your last chapter actually set you up for this chapter. That your last chapter actually helped you refine the qualities that you need to move into this next space. Um, you have cardinal energy here and then just mutable energy here. So I feel like you're going to need to be adaptable and open to new things in this next space. I feel like would this be bold and make the first move? You see how the sky isn't very clear. There's not really much in the picture. Just one clear tree, and then the rest are kind of like foggy. I feel like you don't really know what you're moving into, and even all these cards, like it's darkness, and then you have the moon. But I feel like with these full moons here, the path is going to be illuminated to you as you move forward. Especially because you have the answers you need are coming here. So I feel like although you may not have the liberty, the foresight to be able to see every single step that you need to take, when it comes time to make that step, you're going to have the discernment to do so. And then, as long as you listen to it, as long as you follow your intuition, you're going to be able to make the moves you need to make in the time that you need to make it so that you get the results that you want and you get the things that you want to manifest. I think that, you guys are going to be just fine. I think that you need to work on your communication now. Be honest about how you feel. Don't pull any punches because um, don't pull any punches because you want to spare someone else's feelings, or right now is the time to kind of be a little bit more selfish because you're building, you're in a cocoon. Like the caterpillar doesn't ask other people for permission to be in its cocoon. It doesn't say like, "Hey, am I in your way?" No, it goes in that cocoon and it transforms. It does what it needs to do. It doesn't care about what's going out or ground outside. It's in its cocoon, minding its business, doing what it needs to do. So that's what I have on that. And then I'm gonna pull for Cancer. I'm gonna pull from this deck though. And then after that, we're gonna. That's a lot of cards. After that, we are going to call it Cancer. What do you need to know? I just saw 4444 like That's how long this live is. So, first of all, you need to know that you're safe. You need to know that you are supported. You need to know that you are protected. First of all. Second of all, I'm going to switch decks because I don't feel like this one is for you. Ooh, wait. What did I say? What did I say? Safe and protected. And what do you have? Motherfucking root chakra. And what do you have underneath that? Water sign. What do you have underneath that? Healing. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. That's wild, though. Really wild. Okay. We got soulmates at the bottom of the deck. Ooh. Ooh. We'd love to see it. Love to see it. We have Yang here. We have To the Sea. We have Not For You in reverse. Okay. So it says, don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There is nothing romantic about what is unavailable, no prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust. All right. I feel like that was loud and clear. So for some of you, there's something that you are pursuing that is not working out for you, and it's not working out for a reason. It's protection. Um, what that is your business. Um, um, but I don't think it's love related though, because you have soulmates here and it's upright. So whatever this is, it's not working out for you. I feel like it's either just like fitting in somewhere, especially because you are in Aquarius season. And Aquarius is about community. And so for some of you, this is about like finding the place where you belong. Because you have that root chakra. You've gotten your foundation. That's the word I was looking for. You've gotten your foundation, and so now you're trying to branch out or trying to move forward, especially with this To the Sea, with her on this boat. It's like you're trying to like venture out. What does it say? When external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow, even when the tide is going out. Relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. And the ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. So, it is winter. So, and y'all are cardinal signs. Y'all be ready to go, go, go. The winter is here for a reason. The rest we have is here for a reason. Rest and renew so you can give 100% of your effort moving forward. I came up for Aquarius earlier. But rest and renew. Yang, the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. Hmm. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there's movement toward your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air. Now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. Projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and onto the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. So, for some of you, this is um, you having all the right materials, but putting them in the wrong spaces. So you have everything that you need, but you might not be using it the right way. And for some of you, that is like impacting you. Um, uh, then you have the soulmates card, and the soulmates card is exactly what it seems like. It's an important connection that is going to allow you to grow. It's going to allow you to change. And some soulmates are, there for a season. Some soulmates are there for life. But regardless of how long they are there, they are very impactful and they're very important. They're crucial to your growth, crucial to your you know, sometimes crucial to your like support. Sometimes soulmates come along just to support you. Sometimes, you know, they're there to be your friend, your best friend. Sometimes you never know. Soulmates don't always have to be romantic, also. But I feel like just in some areas, just figure out where it is that you're sacrificing yourself to make others happy, or figure out where it is that you're, giving up what you want in your authenticity to be what you want to be, and figure out the spaces where you fit and where you're like, okay, I'm good, I'm happy, this is in alignment. And I feel like for some of you, it's because as you step forward and you're transforming and you're growing, right? Um, you're kind of like you're starting to align with things that are for you. And as you align with the things that are for you, the things that are not for you are starting to be highlighted. They're starting to rub against you because once you're in alignment, everything that isn't in alignment is going to kind of like eat at you. So in order for you to fix it, or in order for you to get it to where it needs to be, and especially with us being in retrograde, two retrogrades right now, it's a time to figure out where it is that you need to change, where it is that you need to grow, so that moving forward you can do so. Um, and so I feel like that's being highlighted for you guys right now. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I have. Um, I did Aquarius through Cancer. Um, but yeah, okay, this is coming out of the holder. So I'm just gonna stop the video. Mm, okay, Sorry, y'all. I'm like working two cameras at once. But so I just posted that live to my Instagram. I'm gonna put that in the description box below too, also because I don't think I put that in there, but I'm gonna put that in the description box below. And you guys can feel free to follow me. I do oracle card pullings every day. Well, not every day. Let me not cap, but I do oracle card pullings more often than I do these videos on there. And I'm also I have a Patreon, and um, that I'm still trying to figure out like what all kind of content I want on the Patreon and what would work and what wouldn't work. So let me know what kind of content you guys would want to see on there and what kind of things you want me to talk about because it doesn't have to be just tarot like or just oracle cards. I can talk about like spirituality in general. I can talk about like food. I can talk about exercising. I can talk about like um, just a very broad range of things, science, history, all kinds of things. So just let me know what y'all want to hear about, and we'll get into it. But that's all I have for this live. Next video, I'm going to do Leo through Capricorn. So stay tuned for that. And all of my information will be in the description box below, like I said. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope it resonated for you. If it didn't, check your moon sign, check your rising sign. If that still doesn't, then sorry, Shawty, I don't know what to tell you. Um, but it is a free general reading. Get a private reading and it'll be tailored to you. But there you go. So have a good day, y'all. Have a good Aquarius season. Enjoy the rest of these retrogrades. And I hope y'all are doing well, getting ready for this new year.